I'm visiting Arthur Terry, one of the great schools in the Royal Town today. And actually I've come here not to see the educational side, but to look at the testing side, because the school has set up a brilliant programme. Michael, will you just tell us what you're doing with all the students in terms of testing?
Of course. Because we're such a large secondary school with almost 1,800 students, it's a really large logistical operation really to get through that. Following the government's advice and guidance, all the students were invited in at set times, so we've got a steady flow of students coming through in a safe and manageable manner onto our school site. So the students will come onto our school site on that very first occasion. They'll go through a one-way system where they'll take part in a lateral flow test, and then they went home on that first day. That way then we ensured that every single student, when they're coming onto our school site, is then tested negative, and therefore before they're then returning to those lessons, to ensure that our students and staff are safe. Then what will happen is on the next day, then gone through a second and a third cycle of lateral flow tests for COVID-19. So most of our students now are going into that third cycle. So today, and we'll be seeing in just a few moments, my Year 11s going through their third and their final lateral flow test here on the school site.
And then they go home with the test, don't they?
Well, then what they'll also be given as they leave today is also several boxes of tests, which then they can then do, which they can complete at home in addition to those ones here. So then continuing that cycle. So if anybody tests positive, they can then go into that 10-day process of isolation again, doing everything we possibly can to keep our students and staff safe at all times.
It's an amazing operation involving huge numbers of people, a lot of logistical skill and support. It's a great credit to you and your colleagues that you're doing this, because not only is it keeping the students and their families and staff and the schools safe, it's also getting them back into school, which is so important to all
Absolutely.
of us. So thank you very much indeed to you and all your colleagues.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. That's the most important thing, is get our students back into school and being safe. Thank you.